right, we back again. The Rewind Podcast. Kev Nash. I want to say thanks for everybody checking out the Wu-Tang Podcast. Had my homie Big Hunt on there last week with my brother Killer B. It was a long podcast and got a lot of positive feedback from that pod, man. So we gonna keep it pushing, man. This week I had to give my guy, my young homeowner,
Yeah. Yeah, what's
young
goody?
young A Dizzle. A Dizzle, tell him a little bit about yourself, man.
27 years old. I enjoy walks on the beach, romantic comedies. Nah, man, it's your kid, bro. Hey, Dizzle, you already know what it is, bro. If you don't know me, Google your boy, man. I'm out here. They
Tell
know
him,
me. They know me in
tell
the
him your
streets.
tell him your trash ass IG handle.
Uh, Follow your boy, AVG Yet Excellent, bro. That's everywhere. That's eHarmony, Xbox Live, Black People Meet, bro. Look your boy up, Instagram. It's all the same thing. AVG Yet Excellent.
He got the beats, he got video production, he got it all, man. Get at the boy, man.
Yes, sir.
So I had to hit you up, man, because I was doing Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City, and I know this is right in your pocket, man. You put Kendrick way, 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 way up on your favorite rappers of all time category, right?
I don't remember where, but yeah, he's up there. He's definitely my favorite out right now. Well, I would even say he's my favorite. I think we was doing like a greatest of all time, and I didn't put him at number one, but he's definitely my favorite of all time.
Yeah, for me, Kendrick is a special MC, man. Obviously I'm a little older than you, so I grew up in the '90s, so I hold those people that in that era to high regard. But I think a rapper like Kendrick definitely holds his own with any rapper of any decade. Um,
Facts.
just the presentation, the flow, the concepts between all his albums definitely hold up a lot of weight. Not only just rapping, but what I'm saying, his rapping skills. He's talking about something that always has a message
Preach.
in his rhymes. So I just had to get you on for get Good Kid, Mad City. But something I always like to do is talk about some of the albums that came out in the year of 2012. So
Mm.
I'm sure you're familiar with a lot of these titles, man. Nicki Minaj dropped her debut album, Pink Friday. Future
Mm-hmm.
dropped B.O.B. Remember him? Strange Clouds. That
That
dropped.
was the homie. I was fucking with Bill B Heavy.
What happened to him?
I don't know, man. Nigga stopped playing the guitar. That's what happened. He had his own lane, the backpack rap, happy rap, playing the guitar. Then he started doing like trap twerk songs. So I don't know.
Not a good look. The homie Big Crit dropped his album. He had Live from the Underground. Waka came out with Triple F. Maybach had Self Made Volume 2. The legend Nas dropped Life is Good. Ross dropped God Forgives, I Don't. Two
Damn,
Chains. Two Chains came with the joint True Story.
it was a good
Also,
year.
very good year. Meek's debut album Dreams and Nightmares. Game Jesus Peace. How about Krayshawn?
What happened to her? She had a good
Yeah,
2-song run.
yeah. Even dropped the album that I never listened to, man.
Never.
So where were you at in 2012?
Ooh, that was I think that was my dropout year at Wright State. So I was still finding myself for sure. That was my first taste of adult life. Nigga had his own apartment, 3 roommates, so 4 of us in a good 4-bedroom apartment. And we had a lick on that apartment. It was 4 beds, 2 full baths, and we only spent $800. And we wasn't in the hood. So we was balling, man. That was a turn up year. Everybody in the apartment had food stamps, so we was eating good. Bruh, we was turning up, bro. It was cool. 2012 was a good ass year.
Outside of the school stuff, huh?
Nah, I mean I dropped out of school, but I feel like it worked. It worked out. It worked itself out, man. Because made some good friends, made some lifelong friends. Um, I wasn't paying for school at the time. My dad was, so I didn't take it all the way serious like I should have. But when I went back to school years down the line, nigga was a straight A student because I was paying for it. So
Right.
everything happened for a reason. But 2012 was a turn up year. and it was definitely a good test. That's a whole nother story, though.
Yeah, man. 2012 for me, man. Shoot, I just got married that August.
Okay.
Me and my wife been together for a long time leading up to the marriage, and then that August of 2012 we got married. So we were married when this album came out, and just living life, man. I was working at the radio station, just living life, trying to figure things out. Still,
Yeah.
just because people get older, people try to act like, oh man, they got the world figured out, man. Definitely didn't have it figured out then. I was still trying to really come into my own and make better decisions, not only, what I'm saying, relationship wise with my wife, but like more with financial situations. Like, all right, man, getting older, probably need to start saving money instead of spending money left and right, left and right. I phased out of
Yeah.
the going out every weekend phase, but I was still
Ooh.
just wasting money left and right. So like that was like really the year I really started locking in on my finances and making better decisions, man. So
We was
2012
going
definitely was
out
a good year.
every weekend, bruh. Every weekend we was either going out or the party was at the crib. Like we had 4 bachelors. We had the bachelor pad popping, bruh. Definitely some crazy stories I can't talk about.
Yeah, I don't
But
want to get you in trouble, man. I don't want to get you in trouble, man.
shit, yeah, it would definitely would get me in trouble, man. I would also get some other people in trouble too. So we ain't gonna talk about that. But 2012, the boy was working at Skyline Chili. You know what I'm saying? Slinging them hot dogs. Um, that was the year before me and the homie moved to Atlanta. So we were stacking up. I think I worked at Meyer Distribution for a good 2-3 paychecks. Nigga, I couldn't do that shit for nothing, man. But this is a good album to go over because this definitely um flipped the page on my taste in music because I always was a conscious rapper fan. I was a big Lupe Fiasco fan. Like you said, B.O.B. I was a fan of his. Wale. And then this album came out. This wasn't my first taste of TDE or Kendrick Lamar, but this definitely solidified my fandom. At this point, he was definitely in my top 5 favorite artists out. So
Okay,
yeah,
who
man, this was
who
a good
helped you?
one.
Who helped you to Kendrick and the whole TDE movement?
My roommate JR, shout outs to Jordan. Um, him and his other homie Mike was staying up at Wright State. My wife was up at Wright State too, so I was always up there. I was staying in a dorm, just sleeping on the floor. And then every morning, 6 o'clock in the fucking morning, they were playing Section 80, and I'm like, who the fuck? I was upset because nigga, it's 6 in the morning. You playing music in this small ass dorm, bro. Like, you got to be a little bit considerate. I'm on the floor, but damn. But nah, man, they was playing Section 80, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This shit vibing. Never heard of this dude. What really got me was fucking Absol's interlude or Absol's outro or something like that.
Hmm.
That was I played that back so many different times. So I'm like, okay, I thought it was Kendrick Lamar rapping. Nah, it's Absol. So I was, did my research. Then there's Schoolboy Q. I'm like, okay, damn, this whole crew is solid.
Yeah.
Then I ain't even fuck with J Rock at the time. I thought he was trash.
What?
I I I thought J Rock was garbage. Um, but nah, man. Shout outs to Jr. and Mike. They actually put me onto a few artists. They put me on to Sir Michael Rocks, which was one of my favorite artists at that time. Um, but nah, 2012 was the year I became an actual fan of the whole TDE, man. Except for J Rock.
So this guy. So my dude Peanut, he was living in Las Vegas at the time, and he's like my go-to music guy. He's like a huge Outkast fan, or anything like new, he always hip to first. And
Yeah.
it's probably like 2010. He back when Dat Piff was super popping, like
Mm-hmm.
before they even had like an app. You just had to go to the website, sign in.
Download it.
Yeah, so it was back in that era. So I can't exactly remember which mixtape it was, but it was Kendrick and J Rock, and they was rapping over all New York beats. And he
I
told me
ain't
to
heard
check
that.
it out. Yeah. I have to find it on there, but he told me to check it out. And then months go by, I never checked it out. And then, like, I guess they dropped another mixtape. So he told me about that one. So I finally listened to the first one. I was like, yeah, that's cool. They snapping. So in my head, I'm thinking like, all right, they from the East Coast. But then I really started listening to it. Like, oh, they talking that gangbanger shit. They talking that West Coast shit. I was like, so I hit him. I was like, yo, they from the West? He's like, yeah, Compton and somewhere else. I was like, okay. So fast forward 2012, in Las Vegas, he was living there still. That's where the wife and I got married. And he had a couple snippets of Good Kid, Mad City. He was like, yo, Kendrick album get ready to drop. Kendrick real album about to drop. He already dropped Section 80, but this the debut album. It's like, all right, I'm gonna check it out.
I never got that, bro. I never understood how niggas just skipped over Section 80 and was saying this was his breakout debut. I guess what? Because he was mainstream at the time. Like niggas knew who he was.
I guess it was because I didn't hear Section 80 until after I heard this one. So
Gotcha.
I guess it was just more like, the Section 80 was all strictly independent, straight TDE, and then everything after that is contributed to Interscope. So everything everything before that was all independent. So I started getting snippets of it when I got back to Dayton, probably like in September. And then when the album dropped, like that was like one of the rare times that I was like, yo, I gotta have this. I was hitting up all the labels, like, because they really wasn't pushing him like that. They wasn't pushing the joints like that.
Nah, man.
The only joint they was pushing was Swimming Pools, because that was the first single off of it. But they had so many other songs already. I had videos out for Backseat Freestyle. So I would hear these songs, and they was dope, but like, it didn't.
They're not radio friendly.
Yeah, at all. So when I finally got the album, I actually bought the album. Bought it on iTunes. Like that was like one of the last albums I actually bought on iTunes, man. So I actually paid for it. So that's how my homie Peanut, man. He always hipping me to music, man. So shouts out to him, man.
Yeah, man. It's been a rap since. Ever since this album dropped, it's been it's been TDE. Might get it tatted on me type shit, man. Because I fuck with the whole squad, man. Isaiah Rashad, SZA, like they all is dope to me.
And I was telling Peanut this. Actually, I was like, would you ever imagine growing up the way we grew up in the 90s and everything like that, to figure that not only the number one crew, but the best rappers hands down are from the West Coast? Because, when we grew up, the best bar for bar rappers were East Coast rappers.
Yeah.
But hands down, this crew is the best rapping crew. It may not be your forte or what you actually like listening to, but like bars.
That's debatable, bruh. People don't fuck with Kendrick. I said that's debatable.
Who don't fuck with Kendrick?
Man, the folks I be playing like PS4 with, they pretty musically inclined. They be putting me on the music. They don't fuck with Kendrick at all, bro. Like not even top 5. I'm like, bruh. They a J. Cole. They a J. Cole stands.
Why is that?
And Drake stands. I don't.
Oh, see, look. I don't get that whole you got to be a Kendrick guy or a J. Cole guy. I'm a huge J. Cole fan, but I know that Kendrick is just an elite MC. He's next level, man.
Next level.
J. Cole is my guy. I fucks with him heavy, but Kendrick is on a whole nother level, man. And that whole Kendrick Drake thing, like, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's be serious. But I need names of these people, man. You might need to stop fucking with them if they don't.
They be put me on to like the trap. They put me on to certain trap songs, like Moneybag Yo. They put me on a Moneybag Yo.
I fuck Moneybag Yo.
It's a couple other folks. 42 Doug, Roddy, that type of. So that's who I go to for that style of music.
Hey. At the protest, what was they playing? We gonna be all right. They wasn't playing.
Shit, they was playing Pop Smoke.
What?
Yeah.
Yo.
How about I shake the room?
R.I.P. man. Shoot, man. Let's jump into the track list, man. Let's take a deep rewind, man. So off the bat, man, we get the first track out the gate, Sherang. What did you think about that track when you first heard it?
one of the best storytelling songs that I've heard, bro. And even listening back to it, because you gave me some homework, and I definitely did it, and it was actually fun doing it, because I'm a fan of music that you can listen to for years and years, and then on the 500th time you listen to it, you catch a bar that you didn't catch the first 499 times.
Mm.
And this album definitely did that, man. You start picking up on some of the concepts. You start hearing some of the same samples in track one that you hear later on in the album, just to tie the story together a little bit better. But man, this shit, production, everything, bro. It starts off with the Lord God, like it starts off with the prayer that you hear
Yeah.
later on in the album. Um, like I said, one of the best storytelling songs I've ever heard, man.
So first time I heard the song, man, I just thought back to the days that I used to do what he was doing. You know, meeting girls, kicking it with him
Mm-hmm.
all summer long, and then going to parts of Cleveland that I had no business having my ass in. And you know,
Niggas
it
on the
is,
porch, niggas on the
yeah,
porch in front of the door, like, damn, is it worth it?
absolute, 100%. You know, chasing girls will have you in places you never thought you'd be, and you damn sure shouldn't be, all for trying to get some action. And that's what
Yeah.
happens, you know what I'm saying? And that's what can make this album, that's what makes this album stand out for me. It's very relatable and very relatable to me, especially because like I went through a lot of the stuff that he's talking about, and it just reminded me of my childhood, you know, and you know, the track ends with him basically getting jumped. And you ain't lived life if you ain't never been jumped before.
Yeah, man. Shit is wild. But nah, man, even the production, bro. The production is crazy. And I think that's also why I'm a big Kendrick fan, because he don't sound like nobody. Niggas have
Mm-hmm.
given him like the Andre 3000 comparison, but this nigga be taking risks with his music that, that be hitting. 9 times out of 10 it's a home run. And this is one of those. This is one of those for sure.
So we get to the interlude between well, back Shireen. So when I think of Shireen, I automatically think of the classic House Party. So like when I see the title of it, it's called Shireen, I automatically was like, this nigga on one. And because he's a younger dude, so you automatically think, like, for me, I was like, man, he don't know nothing about House Party. He don't know nothing about this
Nah.
life. So, but this is, what I'm saying, my intro to him, really. Mixtapes versus an album is two totally different things. Like you get a mixtape version of somebody, they just trying to show you, especially him and the stuff mixtapes I heard, he was trying to show people he could really rap.
Yeah.
And now I always tell people that love like the battle rappers and everything like that, it's a big difference between being able to be a rapper and make songs. He showed his ability to make songs, and not only make a song, but make an
Shit.
entire album, a concept album from top
Yeah.
to bottom, man. So that was dope. So then you get the interlude with his parents begging for the car back. And I know everybody's been in those days where you borrow mom's whip and you
Mm.
bring it back on empty, or you park it in a fucked up way and she can't get out the driveway because you didn't cut the wheel too tight, or you park too close to the house, park too close to the bush, or ain't lift the seat
Yeah.
forward. So all those type of things come back to my mind when I hear all the interludes from his parents on the album.
Get the motherfucking car towed. You don't know how to get it back. Nigga getting tickets, getting pulled over, all that, man.
So we got one of the singles, "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." So which did you like, the "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe" with Jay-Z?
I didn't. I didn't. And Jay-Z has been one to come out with remixes, and then niggas just have to play it on like everywhere just because it's Jay-Z. But nah, I like the original better. And that's why I don't be playing the deluxe like that, because I'm not trying to hear all them extras.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
nah, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was definitely a dope track. It gave me similar vibes to one of my favorite Kendrick joints. Damn, what's that called? It's not Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. It's Don't Blow My High. Don't
Okay.
Blow My High. So them two is definitely joints that you just chilling, sitting back. It's nothing to get crazy hype over, but it's definitely a vibe. I will say that. So yeah, that was one of my favorite joints on there without Jay-Z.
Yeah. I like the original better too. I think that goes back to Jay-Z on Juvenile, huh? Like so many people don't like Jay-Z's feature on Juvenile's remix. Everybody loves
Kanye,
the original.
Diamonds Are Forever. Like, just leave Jay-Z out, bro.
Whole jump on them joints and like you never figure that one of the greatest of all time could make a song worse. But like I just don't like it. Like up on there. I like the regular version. So then you get to probably one of my favorite Kendrick videos of all time, Backstreet Freestyle. It is one of the most simple videos.
That's because you had Shawty in there.
Yeah!
Here comes. I might have to go play that back.
But what makes it so dope is all the shit that he's talking. Pray my dick get big as that Eiffel Tower. And you know what I'm saying? He braggadocious, very just on 10. But in the video, just B-boy stance, just standing there.
I'm gonna have to play that back.
Old girl just doing what she do. So that video matches up with the song. You know, it gives you that flip version of it, man. And for me, that song is him just, you know, just that. I mean, the title speaks for itself. I mean, we've all been there. Everybody has wanted to be a rapper at one time or another. Some have been successful, some have not been. And
yeah,
you get
and that beat, bro. I think I told y'all this months back. Hit Boy. That's one of the top producers, bro. And you don't hear him on everybody's track, but when you hear a beat and you're like, what the fuck? And you look back, it's Hit Boy. Hit Boy got some slappers, man.
Okay. I you know, and honestly, I don't know too much about the production on this album, you know. So you hipping me. I knew he did that beat. I know Pharrell's got one on here. I know Boy Wonder's got a joint on here. Shoot, who else?
Soundwave is TDE's go-to. That's like an in-house producer. So I know he did a whole lot of Section 80. I know he got maybe a couple tracks on this joint for sure.
Okay, that's what's up. So then we venture into Art of Peer Pressure. Another one that speaks for itself and puts me in a position of, hey man, I was doing things that wasn't me. You know, and peer pressure was definitely real as a teenager. You know, your homies is doing it, so you doing it.
It's my favorite track.
Really? Go ahead.
By far, bro. And I'll even say this. I have been waiting, hoping and praying that the intro to the Art of Peer Pressure becomes a full song, bro. Like, you know how it does the switch up. It's two totally different songs in the Art of Peer Pressure. That first joint, I be running that back sometimes. Like, even before it even goes off, I'll play that shit back. But this is another one of those good ass storytelling songs, man. Just some vibe shit. Production is 100, and just the story that he telling about the police, almost catching them niggas. Making one different turn, nigga almost caught his first offense, like all of that.
With the homies.
Yeah, man. This is my favorite track.
Yeah, the bar about we made a left, we made a right, we made a right. We was just circling life. I mean, that's real MC shit right there. That's what I'm here for, you know. And you know, B.I.G. is noted as the greatest storyteller rapper of all time. I would tell you this boy Kendrick, he keeps it up. He's gonna be coming for that spot for sure, man.
He already there, man. Let's stop. Because how many more classic albums does he need to drop?
How many classics do we have in your opinion?
Kendrick?
Yeah.
Section 80 is a classic. An independent classic. Let's keep that a bean. Good Kid, M.A.A.D City. They was already calling it classic the week it dropped, comparing it to Nas albums. Let me pull up. Let me get my Googles popping, bro. Cause my nigga had a what's that award? A Nobel Peace Prize for To Pimp a Butterfly. Another classic. That's a concept classic. Damn, didn't that win some crazy awards? Like, bruh, come on. We're not even gonna talk about Untitled, Unmastered. We ain't even gonna get into his throwaways. Like, that shit was fire. Come on, bruh.
For me, he got two bona fide classics: Good Kid, M.A.A.D City, and Damn, without a doubt, are classics.
Without a doubt. And the other ones,
The other
I
one
would say are classic, but you can be debatable.
debatable for me. But I mean, he got skills. There is no question in that, man. And he keeps getting better, man. And the art of peer pressure is just one of those joints. And get the call from Ma Dukes, and we all like, well, when I was out with the homies, I wasn't getting a call, but I was getting a page from my mom. And,
What is a page? What is that?
that page 911 from Mob Dukes, you know what I'm saying? So then we jump into one of my favorite songs, Money Trees, with J Rock. One of the few features on this album, it was he's the one and only TDE feature on here, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, there's no Ab-Soul, there's no Schoolboy Q, there's nobody else. And
Right.
just J Rock, man, the lone TDE feature on the album, man. Now, you said you wasn't fucking with J Rock.
This song changed my mind, bro. This song made me a fan of J Rock. Cause this nigga snapped, bro. This might be one of the best features of this decade for real, bro. And I'm definitely biased because I'm a huge TDE fan now saying this, but just listening back, knowing that I did not like J Rock one bit, hearing this verse was like, okay, this nigga got bars. This nigga probably had a better verse than Kendrick on the song for real.
I was just about to say that for Kendrick to be out rapped is a tough task, and I think J Rock accomplished that, man. This is one of those songs that my wife requested me to play.
Ooh, okay. So it's real.
Yeah, exactly. When J Rock verse come on, she know it word for word.
For sure.
And I
Nah, one
mean
of the better verses of that decade. I'm telling you.
that's a go-to song right there. I remember I was at the Damn concert in Columbus, and when that came on, that motherfucker lit up like a firecracker. And no J Rock though, no J Rock. J Rock
Nah.
ain't come out. I was kind of salty. I was like nudging the wife, like, is the homie Rock gonna come out? I
Shit
would
would have
have
been wild.
I would have fanned out. You know what I'm saying? I don't fan out like that, but every once in a while I fan out, dog. That verse is nasty. So
And
then
that's another. Hold on, because that's another joint where the production is just A1. And I don't know if you do this, but as a person that has made beats, I go back and listen to the samples.
yes,
I
100%.
definitely find the original song that it was sampled from just to hear like, okay, they made this classic Money Trees. How like where did the sample come from? And it's something totally different, man. Some alternative music where they just find a little 7-second clip and just loop it and just throw them 808s on there. It's almost genius the way they find it, man. J. Cole does a good job of doing that. Kanye, of course, but this album is full of those for sure. And I
Yeah,
think
man.
Money Trees is one, and I think Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe is another one where the samples are wild.
Now, for people that don't know, he's not saying you bitch. You bitch. So for like, I would say probably like the first month and a half, I'm saying bitch.
Oh, for sure.
It wasn't until much later so I realized I was listening. Like he's not saying bitch. It's like cutting it short. So do you know what that's about? Cause I don't.
Just on some Kendrick shit, man. Switching it up. It definitely was blurred out though. Like if you was playing the edited version, they wasn't saying your bitch or your bit. Like they just blurred that out. So it's
I
just
got
some
to
Kendrick
find
being
that out.
Kendrick.
Yeah, that shit hard. So then we got the feature of all features for all the stands in the world. We got the Drake feature on here. A radio record like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like this screams radio record. I mean, you got the Janet Jackson sample. You got the perfect title for it with a Janet Jackson sample, Poetic Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the guy himself, Drake with a feature, man. What did you think about this song when you first heard it?
I was thinking this one ain't for me. This is for the ladies, man. Cause it's cool. It's not nothing I'm gonna be playing. But when it comes on, my wife really be singing it. She don't let me skip it. So I'll say that.
Likewise, same thing over here. I like the song. It's still a cool song. But what I really like about listening to the album from front to back is post song, you get the other perspective of when he pulls up to Shireen house. You know, you get her cousins or whoever the hell it is on the porch that's talking to him. Where your mama stay, where your grandmama stay. Like, has to, like I said, been confronted by older brothers, dudes in this girl's neighborhood, like, what you doing around here? And you tell them where you from, you tell them who you there to see or whatever. You trying to play it cool and shit just don't go right. Shit go left. And you praying she come outside and defuse the situation so you can get the hell up out of Dodge, man. So I thought that was dope how they, you know what I'm saying, give you the flip version of the other perspective of the homies. So then you go into Good Kid. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about, you know what I'm saying, the death of his uncle. You talking about, you know what I'm saying, being a good kid in a crazy situation. It's just another one of those beats that, you know, Pharrell does the hook and the production on this one. So it's one of them.
And I'm looking through like the credits of the album. You can notice only a name or two on each of the tracks, bro. So let's not get into the who did what on the song, because it looked like it's all Kendrick, and then whoever the feature is might be on there. Whoever made the beat might be on there as well. So, you know, that's GOAT shit, man, because not a lot of rappers are doing that nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, coming up with the hook themselves and just coming up with the whole concept between the album, man. You know, he gets a lot of credit for that because, you know, I'm not even sure how old he was when this album came out, when it was recorded, man. But for a young cat like that to come up with this concept and execute it, and then, you know, get into the studio with Pharrell, who's been around for decades, making hit records with Jay-Z, to name your artist, and then there to get in there with, you know what I'm saying, technically his second album, but his first major release, and to come up with a dope record should be commended, man. So then we get into my favorite song on the album. And this,
really?
Hell yeah. I
used to skip this back when it first came out. I didn't really like it, man, because I didn't like who was the feature on there? I didn't like his. I'm assuming he's an old school MC. Nigga got MC in his name, so I'm assuming he's old school.
The levels of disrespect. Yes.
I like it. I fuck with it now, though.
M.A.A.D is a Compton legend for sure. West Coast legend for sure. He used to be in a group called Compton's Most Wanted. You seen Menace to Society, right?
Yeah. He was in there?
Menace to, yeah. What is it? Name it in Menace to Society. Shit.
Let me look at him. I don't even know what he looked like.
He the nigga with the curl.
Really? Let me pull it up, bro.
Hey,
AWACS.
AWACS. When they go jack the car from the parking garage, he the old nigga.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't like his verse.
Then or now?
Then. It took me a while.
What do you think about it now?
Oh, solid, man. A1. Shout out to MC Wax. Whatever. What's his name?
Wax. MC8.
Okay, yeah, that nigga. Shout out to that nigga, bro.
I was gonna ask you if you ever heard of him before, but obviously not.
Not at all. I figured it was like some old school paying homage type of shit, just because the way he was flowing, it sounded like, okay, this nigga sound old on the track. So he was definitely getting skipped. The beat wasn't one of my favorite beats. I don't know, man. I like the track now. There's no skips on this album. Let's get that out. Actually, let me hold my breath before saying that. But
there is a skip for me. There is definitely a skip for me, for sure.
On the deluxe or the regular?
On the regular. On the regular.
This was one of mine initially, but now I definitely play this through. I know the nigga's verse. I'm with all of that.
So I was watching an interview that he did about how like he just got the call from Top Dog and said he needed him in the studio with the young boy Kendrick. So he came down there and they played him. They didn't play him the first beat. They just no way, I got it mixed up. They played him the beat, the first beat or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm fucking with that. Like, nah. And then Kendrick's like, no, I want you on this beat. He's like, oh, you want me on this song? It's like, no, I'm gonna flip the beat in the middle of the song, but I want you to shout out certain neighborhoods in Compton. So he shy because he like, yo, your voice is just too good to just only be rapping. I want you to be basically the bridge. So he does the shout outs of the neighborhoods, and then he closes it out with a dope ass verse, in my opinion. It's one of it's matter of fact, I'm gonna send you
Don't do it.
Yeah, you gotta know where it is. You gotta know, man.
You better send me some MC Wax.
This nigga. MC8, nigga.
MC8, okay.
I'ma send you MC8, we come strapped. Right.
I'll keep it a buck. If it's trash, bro, it's trash. I'll give it a try though. But nah, that when Pyrus and Crips, all got along. Bro, have you heard that in concert, bro?
Yes.
That shit is wild.
At the damn concert. I've only seen Kendrick in concert once, and it was then. And when that came on, that beat is crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. I seen him before I was a huge fan. He was performing in Columbus off the Section 80 album.
Okay.
And fucking Steve Aoki, you know what that is? The DJ? He's a super huge international DJ. He was headlining. I didn't know who Steve Aoki, who the fuck he was.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
He be throwing like cakes in the audience, caking people and shit. I didn't know who the fuck he was, but Kendrick was opening for Steve Aoki. I got in for free because shout out to Lakeisha. She wiggled me in that mug. I wasn't even a student at Ohio State. It was students only. Me and the homie JR snuck in somehow. We got in that bitch. It wasn't packed until Steve Aoki was about to get on, but nigga was performing Section 80 hits, and that was my first live experience with Kendrick. And we left before Steve Aoki. We got deep. I'm telling you, it was crazy. And then we saw him off that Damn tour, which was a good one. We saw him in was it Columbus? It had to have been Columbus. We saw him.
Yeah, the Schottenstein. That's where they were. Like I think it was like that September when the album came out. So I saw him up there. That shit was dope. So yeah, I mean, it just Good Kid to the Mad City song with MC8. It's just it kind of takes you back even further because I mean he's reliving his teenage years, but shoot, on that song he's reliving like what I'm saying, his super adolescent years, like the way he changed his voice to be very high pitched. Song, like I get vibes of like, all right, man, he talking about like, man, he like 10 years old now and talking about shit that's going on. So yeah, that shit's hard. So then you got Swimming Pools, first single off the album. What did you think when this first dropped?
Saw it on Twitter. I remember specifically. I'm like, okay, swimming pools, pour up drink. I was like, okay, I can get hit with that. And I wasn't a huge fan of it, man. I ain't gonna front. Swimming Pools was like, it didn't give me the Section 80 vibes that I was expecting. But it was, definitely part of a bigger picture because it flows perfectly with the album.
Right.
I don't even gonna say it's a classic song, but it's definitely the lead single on the classic album. So, I give it the respects it definitely deserves. It was cool. It was cool. That is one that I will skip now.
Oh yeah. Outside of basically doing this rewind, I normally skip it because
You've heard it enough.
Heard it so many times, but like you said, it flows with the album so well. You go from basically Money Trees and Poetic Justice and Good Kid, and what do you do after you get your ass beat or whatever? Drink the pain away. And that's basically what the song is all about. And I mean, I get it. It's a cool song. Not particularly what I want to listen to though.
Not right now, nah.
Not right now. I mean, it's still a good song. Now, this song right here, this is a MC showing his writing skills, his storytelling skills, and on Sing About Me.
And bruh, do you remember? Y'all clowned me. You and Killer. Cause I named this as my I think we was talking about storytelling raps or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said this track, and y'all was like, what is that? Y'all didn't even know what I was talking about.
I couldn't remember it. But I would say this about this song. This is the song that made me go back and listen to Section 80.
Yeah, shit be tying together, bro.
It ties together.
It's crazy that his shit be tying together off albums. Like he'll just throw a name in there, and you be like, hold on, that's that same motherfucker. And then you'll listen to that song on the previous album, and the story ties, bro. That's GOAT shit. Nobody does that.
That's definitely GOAT shit. And I was talking to my boy Peanut or whatever. He was talking about the album, and I told him like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? Like, you ain't never listened to Section 80, did you? I was like, nah, I ain't never listened to that shit. It's like, go back, listen to that, and listen to that song. I was like, look, I'm not trying to do homework for the song. It's like, trust me, it make the song better.
Yeah.
After I listened to Section 80 a couple times, caught the vibe, and then caught everything he was talking about, went back and listened. I was like, oh, shit. He talking about old girl. So
right.
That shit is hard. And, you know, of course, like the easy thing to like about it is like the end of the verse, like, I never fade away. Promise you never fade away. Promise you never fade. The voice fades away. I mean, that's a small thing, but in the grand scope of things, it's huge because, like you said, like cats don't do that. Like the concept, not only the concept of the album, but the concept of the song running all the way through the whole album. And on that song, talking about somebody getting murdered and talking about old girl just being out here in the streets, rapping her perspective, or rapping basically as her. And then the last verse, you know what I'm saying, his rebuttal to her and his homeboy's boy. So it's a dope record for sure.
GOAT shit, man.
For sure. So we getting close. We getting close to my skippables track here. We're getting close. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
So you can so I'm real. It's a good song, but it's almost a skippable. It's almost
skippable. That's not a skippable. That's definitely I think during the skit, this is at the point where the grandma comes in, you know, says the prayer that was, you know, mentioned in the intro of the song, basically not baptizing, but, you know, saving these children from the streets, showing them another way of life. And the song ties into that perfectly.
Right.
So this definitely ain't a skip. This is one of the only feel good records on the album. You don't want to feel good?
Made me feel good.
This is definitely a feel good. I'm glad we're not going over the deluxe because it was gonna be a whole lot of Mary J. Blige slander.
We
don't gotta do that, bro. We don't gotta do the deluxe.
Yeah, you don't want that.
But nah, Reels are definitely a good track. It ties into the album way too well. Gives some of that resolution. Gives the whole full circle story. Grandma comes in, saves the day. You know, blesses the children.
Yeah, for sure. But like as a one-off, it's not a song that you listen to. Like it's intended for you to be listening from track one to the very end.
For sure.
Speaking of that end, hello, skippable. I do not like this. I do not like the song with Dr. Dre at all.
So, is there a Dr. Dre song in the new age, like outside of his prime of rapping, that niggas like? Because I don't think I've heard a Dr. Dre verse that I fucks with. Actually, hold on. The Recipe. I fucked with The Recipe with Dr. Dre. I'm assuming Kendrick wrote his verse, but I did not like Compton that much.
Sure, but that is a deluxe. That is a deluxe. So that's why I don't count. The Compton song, it just don't do it for me. And it's not just because it's Dre verse. It's not. I just don't like it. I just don't. It could have ended after I'm Real, and I'd have been cool with that.
That's a fact. Compton, it felt like it was thrown on there just for the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It didn't have much to do with the concept. It really could have ended after I'm Real, and that would have been a proper ending. Compton could have been on the deluxe, but you know, It was on there. It was definitely on.
I mean, I'm a huge Dr. Dre fan of, everything he's done for the culture, everything he's done for hip hop with production and, what I'm saying, molding artists. It's just like, it just wasn't one. And a matter of fact, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Just Blaze made that beat.
Oh, for sure.
I'm almost positive.
Nah, yeah, he did. He definitely did. I think Just Blaze did that one. That might have been the only one he did, but he's yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I
Just
don't like.
Blaze.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
just
like
don't
the
like.
intro? You
I
hear it
just,
and just skip it.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It don't do nothing for me, man. It don't do
Yeah.
nothing for me at all, man. But you said that Art of Peer Pressure was your favorite song, right?
Easily.
E- Easily.
I'm
Well, what's
telling you, bro. That intro of it alone is one of my favorite songs. I wish it was a full length song. That's bars at its finest. That's storytelling at its finest. The beat is just so smooth. I'm a fan of when the beat doesn't have to be a banger, but
Mhm.
it's just smooth and you can ride out to it, and the bars fit well over it. And that's exactly like that song is a perfect song to me.
All right, that's what's up. So, I mean, this is a stupid question. These are the last couple questions are actually just, what I'm saying, self-explanatory. But like, who's the standout performer on the album? I mean,
Ooh, that might not be a stupid question because
it is. It is.
J Rock's verse.
J Rock verse saved his career for you.
Yeah, it did. Because ever since then, I've been a fan of J Rock. But leading up to it, I was not. No. I skipped all this shit on the Black Hippie songs. His verse was always the wackest. Um, but nah, man, Kendrick, J Rock with the runner up for sure. M- MC Wax, honorable mention. Dr. Dre, if we're doing a bench cut and start, Dr. Dre's getting cut.
I mean,
Nah,
for me,
man.
it's super easy with Kendrick, that the standout performer. A lot of the other albums, we could talk about like how like, all right, we already knew about these rappers, and what I'm saying, somebody that comes out of nowhere to really save the day or make their presence known. For me, that's what Kendrick did, because I didn't, outside of the mixtape circuit, I didn't know too much about him until this album. And for me to basically go back and listen to Section 80 and go back and get hip to all the Black Hippie stuff, and then just demand like, all right, well, shit, when is the Schoolboy Q coming out? When is the J Rock coming out? Basically, just
Absol, bro. I'm sad, man. I'm sorry for cutting you off, bro,
hold,
but
don't hold
I'm
your breath on that one.
I'm sad, bro. Absol, even at this point of time, I liked Absol more than Kendrick. I thought Absol was a better rapper than Kendrick. What's that album? Control System,
Mm.
classic joint, bruh. Classic joint by Absol. Nothing but bars, nothing but. That's the type of shit, like I said, you listen to on the 500th time, and you will be like, oh, that's what that nigga said. Like, bruh, he got bars for days, and TDE don't. I don't think TDE does him enough justice in terms of promoing him, put him in the forefront. They put that nigga on the back burner. He hasn't had an album in what, like 4 years. It's time, bro.
Shit, lead a lot. So, what's the best TDE album? You know what I'm saying? You got Schoolboy Q with
Uh
Oxymoron.
uh.
You not an Oxymoron fan?
Nah, for sure, but that's not it. Nah, that's not
Got Damn Kendrick. You got Good Kid, Mad City. You got J Rock Redemption. You got
Mm-mm.
Scissor Joint. You got a lot of joints. What would be your one and two? Your one and two.
Section 81
Wow.
and Control System 2.
Wow.
Those don't have skippables. Those don't have tracks where I'm like, he could have did without it. Every verse is needs to be where it needs to be. Every track is perfect. Those two are, I would say, my top two albums of all time. My favorites. They just so happen to come from the same label.
Okay. For me, from TDE, it's tough because I'm a huge J Rock dude. But for me, definitely Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City, and I'm going with Schoolboy first joint, the Oxymoron. I love that album.
That was a good album too.
I love that joint, and you know what? I like the deluxe
SZA.
version.
Oh,
I like the deluxe version. I fucks with the deluxe version more than the regular one.
Oxymoron. That was a good album.
Yeah, man, he got some slappers on there, dog. Got that deluxe got Fuck LA, that got some joints.
This shit is definitely for the car. Like, you got to be in that mood to be bumping that shit. Collard Greens on there. Hoover Street Studio is a good vibe song.
Yeah.
Hell of a Night was a good concert turn up. Niggas maybe on some Molly or something just jumping. Yeah, that's a good album. That's a good album.
Would be
Man of the Year. Damn, Break the Bank. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, that's number two, man. That's number
good
two.
One.
That deluxe.
Oh yeah. I forgot about this one.
Yeah,
it's not top two though.
You know, oh, here's this guy. Yeah. Got some joints, man. Got some joints for sure, man. But shoot, man, we gonna wrap. We always wrap things up, man. Stupid question, man. Does this album, CD, tape, vinyl, whatever the fuck you listening to it on, 8-track, does it stand the test of time?
Easy. Like I said, I had fun listening back, just doing a little homework. I was playing in the car on the way to on the way home from camping, and my wife wasn't mad at it. She was playing some random. I think she was playing like Avril Lavigne. I'm like, hold on, throw on that Good Kid. She wasn't opposed. So nah, man, this shit is gonna be able to be played forever. It's not getting old.
For sure. And this is the newest old album that's been on the Rewind podcast. So since you the youngest person to be on the Rewind podcast, so give me a couple more joints that you think is worthy of a deep rewind for the pod.
Section 80. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that. Shit, back then, man, I was only listening to a few folks. Wale, More About Nothing mixtape. Mm-hmm. That's a good one that I don't think another body of work has sounded like that. I think he was in his bag. He was definitely ahead of his time with the concept of what was that dude name? Not Raymond. Was it Raymond? Everybody loves Raymond.
No.
Seinfeld. Like, I haven't heard any other album that was kind of based on a TV show where every track had a episode tied to it. Mm-hmm. So that'll be a good one.
Shit, Wale just dropped the EP the other day.
I listened to it. It's all right.
I gotta listen to it. I fuck with Wale.
Let me think. That's a good one. Section 80 for sure, and then Wale. That's two good ones. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. It's all good. Shit. I was thinking about, but it's too early to do a rewind on it. But that Meek.
Which one?
The latest one. The shit that just came out. Damn, what's the name of that shit? That's show you.
L's and losses, wins and losses? No.
Nah, nigga.
There's something after that.
Championships.
Nah, it's too early.
Too early. But shit, give me like 2-3 years, boy.
Yeah, that just dropped 2 years ago.
Yeah, give me like another. I got to be at least 5 years ago. But I'm a huge fan of that. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that album, man. So, hey, Dizzle, one more time, shout them out on your IG. How they can get them beats, how they can get some of that video production. How they
Shit,
came?
man, I'm busy. I can't
No,
even
you ain't busy, B. You ain't busy,
bruh.
B.
I'll tell it like this. I'll keep it a buck, bro. I haven't made no beats in years,
Nah,
bro.
oh, yeah.
People still be hitting me up in my email, and I don't even be
See?
responding, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But
You
hit
about
me,
to get that back? You a new homeowner, bruh.
man. Money is good. I ain't gonna front. Like I ain't scrambling, you know. But nah, if you looking for a DJ, that's what I get sit in with on the DJ tip because that's better money. But hit your boy up, AVG at Excellent AVG, and you'll probably see the rest already pop up because not a lot of people got that first three letters in their name, and that's everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Black People Meet, MySpace is popping, bro. Hit your boy up for. You can hit me up for beats. I probably ain't gonna respond. Video work, I probably ain't gonna respond. But if you need a DJ, I got you.
Young A Dizzle, appreciate you, man.
For sure. Appreciate
All
you for the Kendrick, because this is the perfect one, bro. If you would have had somebody else do the Kendrick review, I'd have been mad. Straight up.
I'm a trained professional at this. This is what I do,
Okay.
man. I had Killer on for T.I. because he's a T.I. fanatic. I had my brother Mike Wilson on there for Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do, man. I call the right
Okay.
things, man. I'm a coach out here. I'm Phil Jackson of this, man. I
Word.
put the ball in the right players' hands, man, for them to do their thing, man. But appreciate you jumping on,
For
man.
sure. Thank you.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you on another podcast here
For
in the
sure.
near
Pretty soon.
future. All right, man. Peace.